Hello and welcome to this video on Ref Force. I'm Snehashish Mukherjee and obviously I'm joined by Trishadi. We are in front of the famous Emirates ground, the home of Arsenal, the current champions of Premier League. So in this video, as we promised you guys earlier, that we will come up with the review of every team that participated in the recent ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2026. So in this video, we are going to review the Netherlands team, the first team of the 12th. Tushadi, Netherlands playing their first ever Women's T20 World Cup. That was a huge achievement altogether for them, and they were in that group of death. What we term.
Yeah, it was the most dangerous group.
Yes, the group one. Yeah. They were with Australia, the champions, South Africa, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and obviously Netherlands were the six teams. But unfortunately, they couldn't win a single game. 5 games, 5 losses, with 0 point they end up. But the experience. And more than the experience, the way the fans turn up, I think for them, the vibe, the atmosphere was brilliant. How did you rate?
Somebody told you before the
India game.
Yes,
yeah. It was unfortunate that we lost to Bangladesh, but today we're going to defeat India. So the belief was there, And
they were David. We are good.
Yeah, David Goliath something. They also come up.
Tricks.
Yeah, we had tricks on our bag or something.
See, the point is, I think even they knew that there is a huge gap between the skill set of both the teams, India and Netherlands per se. But the belief and the want to support the team was brilliant, and I thought, and there was quite a bit of support.
Yes.
More than I think there were support for Pakistan in the Pakistan game. Netherlands had turned up more to support, Netherlands. And they were quite impressive. If you honestly ask me, especially when you review a certain side, you have to also keep in mind a lot of things. The first thing that I think I was telling you is, whenever I see Netherlands play, I wonder if I had to play while keeping my job. It would have been very, very difficult and different. There are days we work 15, 16, 20 hours a day. You will hear Boryada say, oh, you know what, we had a 20-hour day, 22-hour day. You still have to wake up. You still have to go for practicing. Because none of them are just cricketers or, none of them are
many
only
of them are students as well.
Many of them are students as well, which is where I feel a lot of...
Completely out of passion, they are doing all this thing.
Absolutely. And I see a lot of hope in their future.
Yes, absolutely. But Trishadi, the fixtures. Obviously, the first match was against Bangladesh. I think heading into this tournament, they defeated Bangladesh.
Correct.
In the tri-series. Their first ever T20 win over Bangladesh. I think that is where the hope came, the belief came that we can defeat, big teams. Because for them, Bangladesh is a historical side. It's a big win for them. It was a big win for them.
Bangladesh is a side which has, Netherlands is a relatively newer side. And if you can stop moving that side, it would be great. Don't get out of the frame completely. But anyway, I think for Netherlands, playing against Bangladesh is the senior side, experience-wise. Not everyone probably is as experienced, but there are a lot of experienced cricketers there. So it was a big deal that Netherlands defeated Bangladesh in the tri-series.
Absolutely. But if you see all the 5 games, I think as a batting unit, they were pretty impressive.
First, why don't we give a sort of summary of the 5 games that they played?
Yes.
Just go through.
Okay, so let's start with the Bangladesh one. So Netherlands batted first, scored 139 for 8, and while chasing, obviously Bangladesh chased down the target, but they took the game to 19.1 overs. I think that was quite impressive. Bangladesh won that game by 6 wickets. Okay, then the second game against India scored 209 for 5. Against India also, they batted till 17.3 overs, scored 114. And just remember the power play that they had. They had a pretty impressive start.
Pretty impressive start.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Then the third one against the mighty Aussies, the eventual champions. Australia batted and scored 219 for 6. The joint highest run scored in an innings in this tournament. Netherlands in reply batted for 20 overs. Just think, a side playing their first ever Women's T20 World Cup with no such prior experience, facing the Australian side for the first time. They batted for 20 overs, scored 121 runs. How many wickets they lost? Only 3 wickets. How impressive that was, Trishadi.
It was absolutely impressive, and I thought, yes, I would have loved them to score a little quicker, but I don't mind because they're here for the exposure. They're here to kind of take the feel, absorb everything that they're seeing, and think of this. In most of the teams of the tournament, in our team of the tournament, there are so many Australians. Kim Garth, Georgia Wareham, Ellis Perry, and they played against all Sophie Molyneux. and they did not give away wickets. They did not throw their wickets. Yes, they did not score runs,
Yes.
but that part can be worked on with more exposure and all.
Absolutely. Then the fourth game against South Africa. Again, South Africa batted first, scored 208 for 1, expected. But again, while replying in the chase, they scored 120 for 20 overs. Again, they batted
Yeah.
for 20 overs. Didn't get bundled out. So that is one more positive for them. Against Pakistan, they bowled pretty well. Restricted Pakistan to 126 for 6. I think that was a pretty impressive show. But with the batting, I think they kind of failed there. I think they got bundled out for 89 runs.
And I'll tell you why they
Against
failed there.
spinners?
No, I thought when Pakistan scored 126, Netherlands saw that chance of winning that one game.
Okay.
And that's why they did not play their normal game. In fact, I
conventional
believe
approach.
had they gone with that conventional approach that, you know what, we'll play out 20 overs, I think they would have won.
Absolutely. So I think overall, when it comes to batting, I think it was a decent effort from them overall, if you see. But the main problem has been their bowling. Obviously, the inexperience is a big part there. But still, I think bowling is the where they need to improve going forward.
Absolutely, and pace bowling specifically, I think spin, you will still find, I think,
Yeah, the highest wicket taker,
Caroline de Lange,
7 wickets in
it's
5.
good, keeps
The
reminding
doctor.
all of us of Paul Adams.
Yeah, and
Yes.
the doctor.
And the doctor.
Oh, you need Caroline, we're contacting you.
But no, on a more serious note, I think the spin department seemed a little better. The pace department, yes, they need to improve with the line and length more than anything. I think one thing impressive that I found about Netherlands pacers was the speed that they were bowling at. I thought the speed was good. The line and length needs to get better, but again,
A little bit more discipline.
yeah, and it should not be done the way coaching in India is done in general at at the lower levels. People should not talk about concentrate on your line and length and forget speed. Get your line and length right with your speed.
Absolutely. But with the bat, I think their skipper, Babbitt, the led from the front.
Yeah.
I think 5 innings, 175 runs, 43.75 average at a strike rate of 96.15. Yes, she could have done better, but still inexperience and facing world-class bowling attack.
Yeah.
You have to give credit her the way she has
You have
scored
to
175.
understand that Netherlands and the rest of the team skill-wise is this different.
250s.
Yeah, 250s. I think she did a phenomenal job. I also liked Heather Seegers. She was very good with the bat. What I liked was she was fearless. She was not scared. It's not easy when you in the power play you're coming out and you're facing
Against India also she played few
Shabnim
shots.
Ismail. Even for her, I think Kranti Gaur and Nandini Sharma are also big deal.
Yes.
So the way she batted against these bowlers, as I mentioned, think of it, batting against Shabnim Ismail is not easy. And world-class batters don't find it easy against her. But that turning up, I know it seems almost like we're talking about consolation prize, but the truth is a team like Netherlands who are just forming and who are just getting into the groove, I think it was a brilliant performance. They have more positives than many of the ranked sides, I would say.
Absolutely. Okay, the last one, Trishadi, the future of Netherlands women's team. How you are seeing that? We are hoping that maybe going forward,
Yes.
many games so that they can get the exposure. And the first priority might be after this experience that they should be more regular in the World Cups.
Absolutely. And for them to be regular in the World Cup, the first thing that they need to do is sort out their FTP. They need to get at least 2-3 tours. Let them try and tour, say, Bangladesh. Let them try and tour Pakistan. Because I
Relatively
always
big
believe...
teams.
Yeah, I always believe you should have that step.
Higher ranked
It's a
teams.
bit of a pyramid. If you're talking about Netherlands, if they're there skill wise, and this is completely skill wise, then you would probably find a Bangladesh or Pakistan somewhere here, and then probably the New Zealands and the West Indies,
Then South
and
Africa.
then South Africa, India. England, Australia. India and England, I would pretty much keep in the same line. So before you don't want to tour Australia, fail badly, and then lose all the confidence. You want to start off with somewhere like maybe get at least one bilateral series every year against Bangladesh, Pakistan, and make that something like a Border Gavaskar trophy or Ashes trophy. You can't build that up, but eventually, because you will realize that you're closer closer to beating or competing with Pakistan and Bangladesh.
Mm.
And once you're settled in that level, go to the next
Next
pyramid level.
Yes, absolutely. So, as Trishadi said, that all we can hope that going forward, Netherlands women's team can do much more better and play more games. I think that eventually help them growing further. So, I think that is as of now, and we will definitely come up with the next team in our next video.
To show the points taken.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, there you go. So there's 2 points. There's Pakistan, there's Ireland, there's Scotland. Let's see who has got the least net run rate. That's Pakistan, minus 1.872.
Okay.
Yet another from
Group one.
Group 1.
Okay. So the next team is Pakistan.
The next team will review is Pakistan.
Yes.
That's tomorrow. But today, keep watching Rev Sports because they're going to bring in updates, live updates from Lords, India's practice session. The first practice session at Lords for the test match. Before this they practiced 4th and 5th in the Wormsley cricket ground. That's it from now. Do keep joining us. Do like, share and subscribe.
Thank you.